Now before this video gets started, I want to warn everybody, the following images are very graphic. Like, pretty graphic. This video is in response to Zipblock Bloody's video that is talking about the state of the comic book industry, where he mentions intense violence and gore in today's comics, not to mention sexuality. Characters turning gay. This is merely my opinion and no one else's. He mentioned something about intense violence in today's comics. The photos we're going to show you is actually from an old comic book from a character from Image Comics known as Supreme. This was their take on Superman. This is before Alan Moore came in, took the reins, and reinvented the character to be an homage to Superman. But observe these panels for yourself. Now, before I show the images, I just want to let people know I'm not ripping on this kid. I actually think he's a very smart kid. I enjoy his reviews. So yeah, go ahead. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Now, before I get started, I just want to reiterate, these are pretty graphic images. So, you know, I mean, like, they're not going to make you puke. It's still kind of jarring just to look at. The first character you see here is named Shogun. He doesn't fight, you know, bad guys like that, or villains, whatever the case like that. He actually has this big suit of armor with like all these weapons. And the character Supreme ripped out the suit of armor and then proceeded to rip him in half. This is the beginning of that panel. I don't have this comic anymore. It was part of my Image collection because I was an Image kid. What more can I say? Back in the day in high school. The battle only proceeds to get worse is what he does to Cabot. Now, the character to the left is named Cabot. He's the pseudo team leader of the Blood Strike. This was like when every name was called like Hard Killers or Blood Blade or Blood Pool. They had horrible fucking names, and the stories they were in made no sense. It was always, you know, they're mercenaries too. I stand corrected on my previous thing where I said they fight villains. They're mercenaries. They just kill people. And this guy actually ends up getting first he gets his eyes gouged in by Supreme. You know, Image's version of Superman. Some bloody fight between Bloodstrike and Supreme. This is probably the most violent comic I've ever seen. Yeah, Supreme just approaches him and then gouges his eyes out, and then he proceeds to blow his insides out through his back. And then shortly after, you know, blowing his insides out through his back, he proceeds to put him in a backbreaker and, you know, killing him instantly. Like I said, I love hearing everyone's reactions to, especially to the issue in Siege where Sion like ripped Ares in half. This is nothing new. It was like a necessity for Image Comics to have like extremely graphic deaths for their comics in order to sell more issues. Now, what I find really funny is actually getting people's reactions to characters that have long been straight suddenly gay overnight. I find it hilarious, especially if you find out what Rob Liefeld said about his character Shatterstar being gay. Everyone knows the infamous kiss panel between Richter and Shatterstar, and, you know, apparently Liefeld, you know, shit a brick over this about how pissed off he was, or how shocked he was, whatever the case may be. The same goes for Batwoman, or the new question. I don't believe your sexual orientation can be used as a weakness. Just because they're gay doesn't make them any more or less of a hero. Just because your boss is gay doesn't make him or her any less of a person. The people that state that they're tired of seeing forever heroes that have been straight forever turn gay need to understand that some people do that stuff because they probably know someone in their life that has well, shit, in my opinion, in my experience, I had a friend who was an intense womanizer back in the day in high school, and now he's gay. He's in a steady relationship with a man now going on like 7 years, I think. So I just think you know, like, maybe they need to shut up and take one for the team. Get a little gay joke there. Sorry, I had to kill the good humor.